AoC meeting number 18. But wait, where's 17? Okay, a bit of 17 too. I did skip it because a lot of what was talked about was stuff from the Damned Frontier update that was being revealed in a few days. I'll go over all the topics quickly though, and then talk about meeting 18. So, for meeting 17, Colombian's topic was about if people could bypass bans. Because people would report somebody, the game would say something happened to the person they reported, and then they'd see the person in their games soon after. Well, according to EM, you can't bypass bans. My topic was about some balance stuff. Players were feeling Dredgalt was weak. Obviously they had a buff in mind, as you guys saw. I also brought up some ways to buff Sarasalt, like making it stick to walls, or allowing you to detonate it mid-air. They liked the detonate idea, but they felt like it could be better on a future character possibly. They don't really want to add more steps and mechanics to Saris's kit, because Saris is a super simple character and new player friendly. Saris is that bridge into the game and the support class, and it's important Saris stays simple for that reason. I know some people may dislike that reason, but it is super important to have simple characters in the game that allow players to get into it seamlessly. Obviously, something with Saris is working really well, considering Saris is the highest play rate character, outside of Io, who, is new. I will probably attempt to get her buffed again, but it will have to be something without mechanics. Also, I did talk about reducing Makoa and Atlas's effectiveness outside of damage nerfs. As you guys know, some tanks are getting damage nerfs. Now, Makoa and Atlas would still always be banned regardless of these, because what makes them good is their utility. So I recommended nerfing that utility so they can finally stop being banned in ranked and people can finally play them. It must suck if you love those characters and you only play ranked. You probably get to play them once in a blue. Now Atlas did get a nerf to his utility in the Damned Frontier update. As far as nerfing Koa and Atlas more outside of that stuff, they're gonna wait until after the Season 3 update to consider it. They want to see how the currently planned balance plays out first. I also asked if Androxus was still getting that cursed revolver talent buff I attempted to get you guys. Obviously a few days later, you guys saw he did. The GC brought up how gyros were disabled on PC for gamepad users. This was fixed in a hotfix later that day. Or the next day, one of those two. Hugo wanted to know the character balance for the Damned Frontier update. We went over basically all of it. I don't need to go over it in this video though, you guys know what got balanced. Mortis brought up FPS problems with DirectX 9 and 11, and gave them a video with examples. They took the video and are using it to find fixes. Meki brought up several Nintendo Switch topics, all the crashes, using the touchscreen for chat if I remember right, also FPS problems on the map Bazaar. Now I don't think that one is specific to Switch though. I think every system gets it to some degree, if not PC definitely does get it. They said they're always looking for ways to fix the crashes. Unfortunately, that system has big hardware limitations, so it is difficult, but they're still working on it. The touchscreen thing would be a super high tech cost, but they didn't say no to it. As for Bazaar, it performs well in their tests, but they'll look into it again. Blue couldn't make it to meeting 17. Okay, now on to meeting 18. The GC's topic was about console aim assist against deployables. They said they have a backlog of stuff for console, not a full overhaul but a little love every update. They also asked him how he thought you guys would feel about removing aim assist on deployables entirely. He said you guys would love it. You don't need aim assist on something that stands still, and it sucks to have them pull your aim away. He also brought up sliders for aim assist once again, no answer on that yet though. Hyuga talked about Strix and Amani. That isn't something I could tell you guys about, but Hyuga did keep in mind all the problems everyone has with Strix right now, and the things that are hurting Amani as a character. Do you guys see Amani's very often? I rarely do. Like maybe twice a week if I'm lucky, and I do play a good amount of this game. There's obviously a lot wrong with the character, and it's putting people off of her. Then my topic was about Raum. Adonis wanted us to give him feedback on Raum, so I did. I went over all of his strengths and weaknesses. If you guys want to know what those are, I do have several Raum videos out already. Right now, Raum does have the highest amount of counters out of every character in the game, and that is something they want to keep noted. I brought up ways to improve him, and before some of you go crazy because you feel like he's OP, hold on, they're relatively small and not even technically buffs. I asked for a duration meter on his movement ability. They said yes, they'll add that. I asked for his Subservience talent to heal through walls like every other AoE heal in the game does. They're gonna look into that. I also brought up this big annoyance for support players. So Raum has 2 health bars when you look at him to heal him, white for his soul armor and red for his health. When his soul armor gets hurt, his red health bar goes down too, and you cannot heal soul armor. So healers look at the red bar being hurt and go to heal him, only to end up wasting their heal because they can't tell if he's healable or not. This is a visual bug, they are going to fix it. Now as far as any real buffs, the only one that I really said needed to happen was a rework to his reload speed card. Raum has 500 bullets and 3 seconds of infinite ammo that he can use multiple times per magazine, so that card is never going to be useful. They are going to rework it into something else. Now they aren't positive on if it'll be in the PTS or in the Season 3 update, but it will happen. Then Mortis wanted to talk about his ideas for a Torvald rework. He couldn't be at the meeting though, but his document did make it. Adonis ended up saying that they are probably the most unhappy with Torvald out of all of their characters. He's in the top 5 who would call for some kind of rework. Now, they did say before they wouldn't rework characters, but they were only talking about massive reworks that completely mess with what the character is. Smaller, softer reworks are not off the table. Anyway, Season 3 will nerf Wrecker and that will make Torvald very powerful, so they do feel like they have to mess with him before that. Adonis wants him to be a point tank. He wants his barrier to be a barrier that gets physically placed down, something similar to Makoa's. They don't have time to do that right now unfortunately because there's a lot coming in the Season 3 update, so they aren't going to do anything crazy, but they will sometime in the first half of next year. Meki is in the same boat as Mortis. Their documents made it, but not them. They were both stuck doing real life stuff. Meki voiced some concerns for the Leon alt nerf, brought up how they could possibly raise the DR it gets to maybe 70% because the alt doesn't really feel good anymore. So, me personally, I heard there was this bug that made it so Leon alt loses its DR. That might be why Meki felt this way. If you guys have any clips of this happening, please send it my way. I'll send it right to them. As far as EM goes, they feel like this nerf will put a bigger difference between Leon players, since you now have to think about a few more things before using your ultimate. They feel like the ultimate is still good, and they're hesitant to mess with it further right now, but they do want to keep a close eye on how Leon performs when the update hits. That's it for the topics. Blue couldn't make it to this meeting either. Colombian also couldn't have a topic ready for this meeting. Adonis did want to let you guys know about something. You may have not noticed, but they did decrease the price of voice packs recently, and in the next update they won't be in any boxes anymore. Then when the Season 3 update hits, all the voice packs will be free. That's it for this meeting though. Feel free to leave any feedback you guys have in the comments below. Next meeting was moved from next Friday to this Friday. And that's pretty much it guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.